What's poppin', guys? You got your coach of the Gym Chargers for our Week 11 GBA match versus Gym Leader Gio, coach of the San Francisco GiEnteis, and he's bringing a team of Mega Scizor, Shaman, Blacephalon, Mew, Toxapex, and a Ditto. We are bringing our squad from yesterday's building video, so if you want to know all the sets that I'm bringing, check that video out. Link in the description below, of course, as always. Looking at his team, he is bringing a lot of the Pokemon that I figured that he'd bring. I mean, there's a lot of viable options that he could have brought on his team. These ones I'm not too surprised about, so I feel like I prepared really well for that. His potential lead's going to be either, I'm thinking in my mind, it's going to be either Mew or Mega Scizor. Reason is because both of those have really great momentum. Mew can Volt Switch or U-turn. Also has potential for Stealth Rocks, which is the only Stealth Rocker on his team of 6 right now that he's brought. His only potential Stealth Rocker. Mega Scizor can be nice in terms of getting momentum with U-turn and getting that early Mega Evolution off, so he might want to do that. Other options, maybe Ditto if he wants to try to scout early on what kind of set I am with whatever I lead with, so that might be a potential option. I don't really see the others being a lead, so it's going to be either one of those. I figured my best option was to lead with Empoleon, because if he does lead Mega Scizor, I am an E-Belt offensive fast Empoleon, so I can actually potentially catch that off guard with an HP Fire, so that'd be really cool if we can do something similar to last time we faced Gio, which, I mean, last time we faced him was a really fast-paced offensive game in week 2, and we were able to win that. I remember turn 1, the Hoopa Unbound, we made a nice play with that HP Fire and just knocked out his Scizor, so that'd be pretty cool if that happened again in this game. If he leads off with Mew, I mean, Empoleon is still great because it can just fire off hard-hitting Hydro Pumps, which is really nice. And I feel like he won't lead with like Toxapex or anything because of you know, having Tapu Koko as a potential lead, so maybe one of those could be his lead. My game plan going into this match was, of course, to just try to survive. If it's offense versus offense, you really want to play your win cons properly and try to keep that alive as much as you can and preserve your win cons and try to bring them out in the end. That's what mainly the goal is here, if it's offense versus offense, which it is. Like, my team is very offensive, his team is looking pretty offensive, of course, besides Toxapex, but overall the general look is kind of more leaning towards offense because he has a Ditto here, which is maybe likely Choice Scarf or something. Maybe he's bringing Double Scarf because he also has Blacephalon, but Blacephalon could easily be Sub CM or Specs or something like that. I don't know, like, I guess Shaman could be like Specs or Life Orb, or I don't know, it could be offensive, it could be bulky. Mew, probably Rocks, I'm thinking. Scizor, likely going to be a bulky Defog or an SD set. Pex, I mean, just a fat set as always. So let's just go ahead and see what happens in this match here. Like I said, I'm leading off with Empoleon because I feel like it's great, and because in order for me to either get up Rocks or try to knock something out. So let's begin this match, and I'll show you guys what went down here, and let's see if we can win versus the rematch up against Gym Leader Gio. And he does challenge me, and it may or may not be his first mistake. We'll see. So he's going to be leading off here with his Mega Scizor, as I decided to lead off with my Empoleon, like I said. And I'm like, okay, this thing may be slower than me. I'm going to go on the fact that he might be slower than me, and he actually stays in, Mega Evolves, and I'm just going to stay and go for HP Fire, and it goes off first. Let's see if it knocks him out. It knocks him out. So turn 1, just like the week 2 match that we played him in, you know, we were able to knock that out with HP Fire. Now we do the exact same thing to his Mega Scizor. So he's gonna go into his Mew. I'm like, okay, let me get up my Rocks, and he actually clicks Focus Punch here, which is very interesting. A nice little tech on his Mew for maybe, I guess, Empoleon if he wants to go for Defog or Rocks or something. So he's able to just blow me back, but at the same time, Empoleon, best Defogger, got rid of Mega Scizor, and it got up Rocks, so it did its job. If it does its job, you already know it's the best Defogger. So I'm going to go into Koko, try to force this Mew out and kind of figure out what kind of set he is. He does stay in, so as I go for the U-turn, I'm like, maybe he's Earthquake, maybe he's Gunk Shot, because that Focus Punch did a lot. So I'm going to go here to my Gligar just to see what he goes for, if he wants to go for an attack, and he actually goes for Rocks. So I know that he has Rocks, I know that he has Focus Punch, likely Ice Beam or Ice Punch or something, so he's going to have some kind of coverage for Gligar. In my mind, I'm thinking that, so I'm going to go into my Mortar so that I can figure out if he does, and he actually has Ice Punch, so I was a good scout on my part. I get to activate my Flame Body as well, so that's pretty heat. As you can see, we were able to burn this Mew. It actually does not come into play, so I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, I can live any hit, I can just click Flare Blitz here, but he packs Explosion, and even with the burn, that's going to be enough to just take out my Mortar here. So that burn really did not matter at all, because I think he said either way he was just going to go for the Explosion there. So that's pretty cool. He got up rocks and exploded. My Magmortar is gone, but I didn't really need it anyways. I'm gonna go here to Tapu Koko as he actually goes into Blacephalon, and just trying to scout for the Scarf or any kind of set this might be. I do pack an AV Silvally, and I know that I can take any hit from this Blacephalon really well. So I'm gonna go into that right now, and it just goes for another explosion here. So I'm like, okay. I mean, I really had AV Silvally just for Blacephalon anyways, so that being gone, I mean, just means that Silvally did his job and it's no longer needed. So I do lose my AV Silvally, but Blacephalon's gone, so I don't need it to check it anymore. And then I'm just going to go into my Pinsir here because his last Pokemon are not able to take a return or frustration. I do pack frustration to kind of play those happiness mind games again. And he's going to switch out into Toxapex out of Shaman because he wants to preserve his Shaman, mainly because he probably needs it for like Gligar or something. So I'm going to go for the Mega Evolution, stay in and just fire off a frustration. And as you can see, Toxapex comes in. I'm able to do a significant amount of damage to this Toxapex, able to 2-hit KO it. And he does pack Rocky Helmet, which means that I'm gonna have to defog. I'm definitely gonna have to defog this these rocks away because he has 2 Pokemon left. He has his Shaman, he has his Ditto. So he brings it out. He brings his Ditto out. Gonna be able to copy my my Pinsir, and I'm like, I should probably switch out here. I don't want to take a quick attack or anything. From this Pinsir, because if his happiness is not right, then you know I should probably want to save my Ditto because it's useful. But I switch out first, which means that he's actually not a Scarf Ditto. I switch out first, meaning that I'm faster than his Ditto, because he also makes a double the Shaman, which is a good play. I stay in because I'm a Spadef Gligar, knowing I can live any hit from this thing. He actually has HP Ice, and I do eat that up. Go for the defog here and get rid of these rocks, meaning that Pinsir can come back out nice and safely. No more rocks being set up or anything. And he's just going to go for the Hidden Power Ice again, knock me out. I can sack it off at this point because now I can bring in my Mega Pinsir nice and safely, you know, just bring that thing out. He's got his Shaman, he's got his Pinsir, or his Ditto, which is going to copy my Pinsir, and he sacks off the Shaman. At this point, like, I know he's slower than me, which means my Koko is at a very, very healthy amount of HP. Tapu Koko can just take this thing out, so I'm pretty much thinking, like, I've played it to a point where I preserve my win cons. I basically win the game here. He's going to go for Quick Attack as I also go for Quick Attack, so he does win the speed tie, which does not matter because I have Tapu Koko, right? Can go into this guy right here and get up the electric terrain. All I got to do is fire off a T-Bolt and win this game, but alas, he has Quick Claw. Come on, man. He actually has Quick Claw and he's able to outrun and go for the Earthquake and knock out my Koko. That was a 20% chance to activate too. Alright, well, good game. I mean, this was a fun, fast-paced game. Very fun, very fast-paced game. Except for that last turn. Like, I really thought I won this game. I really thought I played it properly. I played it really well. Preserved my win cons in the end and everything. And, you know, I thought Pinsir plus Koko would just win. But unfortunately, Quick Claw came through. And, you know, I'm sure he's probably happy about that. But I don't know. I'm not mad about this loss at all because we didn't really need it anyways to be like #1 or anything. But at the same time, I'm like, our win streak is gone. So unfortunately, we are having a good win streak. This game is just an example of how RNG can just rob you. That's pretty much it. I mean, basically, we had an 80% chance to win. Approximately, or even more than that, right? No, actually, no, just an 80% chance to win. Cause like, our Pinsir's Quick Attack would not be able to take him out, but that damage would have been nice, just so that we get it off. Have an extra chance maybe to crit it or something, but I don't know. Like, our Koko should have been able to be faster than it and just knock it out, but the Quick Claw came through, and you know, of course, gotta give his Ditto props for that, I guess. But hope you all enjoyed this match. I thought it was really fun overall, really fun match. Let me know what you guys think, of course, about this game. I think we should have won it. Like, I definitely think we should have. But, you know, sometimes you can't always get what you want in the game of Pokemon that is revolving so much around the RNG. So RNGG, my friend. RNGG, Gym Leader Geo. A lot of G's in that. And I will, of course, be watching the battle from his side. I'm sure he'll have some genuine, really, like, cool reaction to that Quick Claw being activated. That's a stupid Quick Claw, man. Like, come on. It's cool though. It's nothing like it's I forgot like if Bright Powder has like a greater chance of or I think Bright Powder has a less chance of you being able to dodge or something than a Quick Claw being activated. I don't remember. But yeah, I'm not mad about this game at all. Just because we lost the hacks and because this game didn't really impact us in any way. Or like it'll help him a bit because I think if Joey loses one of his last 2 games, Geo has the chance to overtake him if he wins his last one. So besides that, of course, I mean, we're just going to be sitting at the top waiting for whoever we're going to be facing is in the number 4 seed in playoffs, I think, in our conference. So yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. I will see you guys on the next video. Looking forward to hearing from you all in the comments, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.